it's Jennifer from Flux. In this video, I'm going to show you how to easily crochet a button. This is a great little pattern to have on hand if you have run out of buttons or if you simply just need a different look to something that you're working on. It's also a versatile pattern. You can change up the yarn, you can change up the hook size if you need a little bit smaller or larger of a button as well. We are going to be using an H hook and some cotton yarn, but you can certainly mix it up and see what kind of buttons that you come up with. This makes a nice little sturdy button as well, and I'm going to show you how to do it stitch by stitch. So let's get started. The finished button measures about 1 inch across, but like I mentioned before, you can change up the yarn and the hook size if you need a different size button as well. For this project, you'll need a tapestry needle, a pair of scissors. We're going to be using a 5mm H crochet hook. This is my Furls Odyssey hook in case you're wondering. And for the yarn, I'm going to be using Red Heart Scrubby Smoothie. But that being said, you can use other types of yarn, other weights of yarn, and other crochet hook sizes if you want to change the size of your button as well. And you may notice that this recommends the 5.5mm I crochet hook, but we're going to go down a hook size to make our button a little bit stiffer and sturdier. So I have some of the green here. This is also the Scrubby Smoothie. And this is a really quick little project to do, and you can make a whole set of them. So what we're going to do is grab our yarn, and we're going to take the yarn, and I'm going to zoom in so you can see better. Wrap the yarn around your fingers to make a loop. Bring the yarn behind the loop, reach in with your hook, bring up a loop, and tighten. Next, we're going to chain 4. We're going to be doing a starting chain. Now, if you prefer the magic ring technique to this, feel free to do that as well. But we're going to be chaining 4. So to make a chain, wrap yarn around hook and bring it through the loop. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then what we're going to do is join with a slip stitch to create the ring in the chain farthest from the hook. So the chain we first did, insert the hook into that chain, bring up a loop. Now you're going to bring that loop through the loop that's already on your hook. And then you can kind of open up that loop to get your stitches in there. And we're also going to hold this tail along the edge as we work. Again, if you prefer the magic ring, you can totally do that also. Then what we're going to do is chain 2. 1 and 2. And then we're going to work 16 half double crochets into the center of the ring. So to make a half double crochet, wrap yarn around hook, insert it into the center of the ring, bring up a loop, wrap yarn around hook, bring it through all 3 loops on your hook, and we're going to do that for a total of 16. So that was 1. We'll do a few together. And then 2, 3, still holding that tail along the edge, 4. All right, so continue with your half double crochets into the center of the ring. And what we're going to do too is as you get more and more of these stitches, it's going to get a little bit crowded. So feel free to push them aside as you work and fit more stitches into the center of the ring. So go ahead and make a total of 16 half double crochets and pushing things over if needed, and 16, okay? So we work 16 half double crochets into the center of the ring. Now you may notice things are getting pretty crowded, and that is what we want. We want that to be nice and tight and firm and sturdy, okay? So then what we're going to do is count 2 chains up from where we started. So there's 1 down here and 2. So count 2 chains up, and we're going to join with a slip stitch. So insert your hook into that second chain up, bring up a loop. Now bring that loop through the loop that's already on your hook, and pull to get it nice and snug. And then what we're going to do is you can lay it flat and cut the yarn. And then we're going to wrap yarn around hook and bring it through the loop. And then what we need to do finally to finish, now if you like the open look, if you want a little bit of a different button look, just leave it be and trim the tail. But we're going to close up the middle. So give it a nice firm tug, and then snip that center tail. And then what you can do is sort of like straighten your button out. And then what we need to do is take care of this tail. So flip it over to the back. The back was the side that faced away from you as you worked. And then you're just going to weave in that tail along the back loops of your button, okay? So it's pretty snug, but that's okay. That's what we want. But weaving in might be a little tricky. So just go in those back loops, and then you can sort of straighten out your button and give it a trim. So now you have a little crochet button that you can use for a variety of projects. Now if you need a smaller button, try going down a hook size and use a thinner yarn. If you need some little tiny buttons, maybe try sock yarn. If you need a large button, go up a hook size and a thicker yarn. So it's pretty versatile, but that is how you crochet a button. Thanks so much for watching, and be sure and click the subscribe button to get all the latest Fiber Flux video updates. Thanks again.